everyone. Welcome back to Orchestrated Rams with Ian on the Rams Up Podcast Network. Today we'll be breaking down Rams versus Cardinals Saturday Night Football, Week 17. And this game originally was slated for primetime in hopes that Arizona had something to play for, but unfortunately for them, they had lost the previous week and were eliminated from playoff contention. But they still played tough, and the Rams have plenty to play for with the NFC West title still in their grasp. In this game, there was tons of defensive plays, some big offense, but defense definitely led the way. And in this episode, we'll be breaking down the top 5 most impactful plays of the game. And with that said, let's get into it. On this first impactful play of the game, second quarter, 11 minutes, 10 seconds left, 4th and 1 situation for the Cardinals offense as the Rams are tied up here 0-0. And on this drive, Arizona had been moving the ball pretty good, and they definitely could have kicked a field goal here, but instead they felt confident enough to go for it on 4th and short. And here they are in a goal line-esque formation with 2 tight ends, 1 wide receiver, their bigger wide receiver who's been blocking pretty well, and then you have 2 running backs here in the backfield. But most importantly, the running back at the fullback spot in a 3-point stance is their Pro Bowl, All-Pro level running back, James Conner, who was fighting through a knee injury from the previous game. And they decide to run the football here on 4th and short, and they decide to run a fullback wedge run play. And what that looks like is that the center is going to be blocking forward, and then everyone else is going to be blocking to the inside to create like this wedge, shape with how the blocking surface looks. So the goal is that everyone's kind of creating like this V-shaped wall so that Conner could take the handoff immediately and smash it in for a first down right here off the center. So you can call it a fullback dive if you want, but the way this is blocked, this is more like fullback wedge. Again, everyone kind of wedge blocking to create like this V wall formation, and that's what the Arizona Cardinals are doing on this 4th and short. Defensively, the Rams are in their base 3-4 defense. The 3 meaning that there's 3 D tackles, the 4 meaning 4 linebackers, right? 2 inside, 2 outside, and then there are 2 safeties, 2 corners. But because it's 4th and short, you can see number 3 there, Cameron Curl, the strong safety. He's playing close to the line of scrimmage as he knows it's very likely to run the football, so he's up there close for run support. But let's let this thing play for a second and see what the heck happens. I want to pause it right here. Immediately, you see Kobe Turner, who's laying on the ground there, does an excellent job getting lower than the guard there, and pretty much the center as well, and is able to cause a pile. And again, James Conner's goal was to be able to just bulldoze his way pretty much in that area where Kobe Turner is laying down, causing a pile. And with that, James Conner has to bounce it a little more outside instead of just going straight up field, and we'll let it go a little bit more here so it makes more sense what I'm talking about. So boom, right here you see the pile that Kobe Turner caused as he's still fighting, even with his back turned, to be able to push this thing backwards. So he does an excellent job there, totally blows up the designed area where the run was supposed to go. But on top of that, McBride, the Arizona Cardinals standout tight end, just does an absolutely poor, bad job of blocking Jared Verse there. He basically gives no effort as he thinks James Conner's will be able to just smash it forward for an easy first down. So he hardly even tries to block number 8 there, outside linebacker Jared Verse. And because of that effort, bad effort, Jared Verse is able to make a tackle on Conner in the backfield, and boom, turnover on downs. As we let this go a little bit more, as you can see here, that again, the bad job by McBride trying to block Verse, the excellent job of Kobe Turner blowing it up leads to this thing being stopped. And what a great stop. Impactful play by the Rams defense here, but let it go a little bit more. And as you can see there, Jared Verse has him. Everyone's there to help out. And Trey McBride's just there standing watching it happen as he probably can't believe that Conner didn't get the first down, but his poor blocking led to that being a possibility, and Kobe Turner blowing it up led to that possibility as well. Great job Rams defense on this play. On the second impactful play of the game, second quarter, 3 minutes and 28 seconds left in the half. Third and goal situation for the Rams offense as they're still tied up 0-0. And on this drive, the Rams are finally moving the football as they haven't had the ball much with Arizona playing keep away. And here they are on the doorstep in the red zone trying to punch it in for a touchdown. And on this third and goal, they decide to run inside duo run with a kick-out block on top of it. So, real quick, duo is a type of run play that uses double teams to open up lanes for the running back. And it's more man gap oriented. So on this, they're going to be running what I would call 21 duo kick-out. And what that would look like is you're going to get the kick-out block by Nakua. So he's not pictured, but he's on the left side of the screen. He's going to have a jet motion. And he's going to have a kick-out block to whatever defender shows up on the outside there. Could be a defensive end, could be a corner, safety, whoever that is. Puka's got to just smash and bulldoze him out of the way to the right. Kick-out block. And then the duo, why it'll be 21 duo, is that Kyren Williams is going to be smashing it up the middle there in the quote-unquote one hole of the center there. So if you picture real quick, this gap would be 1, that gap would be 3, this would be 5, this would be 7, and so forth on the other side. So that's why I say 21 duo, 2 meaning for the running back there, 1 being the quarterback. So he would be letter 2, quarterback would be letter 1. So that's what it is, 21 duo. So let's illustrate that little motion again. All right, kick out block. And the double teams are as such. So right guard, right tackle, double team there. Left guard and center will double team that other D lineman. And left tackle will have, kind of a reach block to the outside. Cooper Kupp will kind of insert to kind of block a linebacker there to just help the overall flow of the run game there. Higbee will block forward. And then what's important here is that the center, since it's going off his right side in the one hole, he'll help block that D tackle in the double team, and then he'll veer off and then try to get to that linebacker there. But the goal is hopefully Kyren can get the hand up and just smash it in before any of that. It's a factor. And again, 21 duo with the kick out block on top of it. So that's what the Rams are doing. Defensively, Arizona is surprisingly in their nickel package. Nickel package meaning that you have 5 DBs on the field, which is a defensive formation that really is geared towards stopping the pass. But since the Rams like to run 11 personnel all the time, 1 running back, 1 tight end, 3 wide receivers, they thought, hey, I think the Rams are going to be passing the football a ton here. But they chose wrong. And they're more geared to stop the pass, but the Rams said, no, we're going to try to smash it inside. So let's let this go here and see what the heck happens. Okay, boom. You see right here, you see Kupp going to have, his little insert block, you can call it that, to kind of wrap around, maybe block Buda Baker. You see the tackle there. You see Puka looking for somebody to kick out. You see Tyler blocking his man forward. You see the double teams happening there. You see the double team happening there. And then you see that Bo Limmer is going to veer off and try to get that linebacker as, again, the 21 duo run. Looks like, Kyron's going to get that thing, no problem. But let's let it go a little bit more here. You see that Bo Limmer just doesn't do a decent job here veering off that double team to get to the linebacker. So there he is, standing in the designated area where Kyren Williams, the running back, was trying to go. And he smartly says, oh, that's not going to work. And he starts to bounce it to the outside there. And let's let it go a little bit more. I mean, right here, you think, okay, no shot for Kyren to get into the end zone. Great job by Arizona getting the stop. They're piling up, but Kyren Williams is one of the best short yardage, gotta have it running backs in the NFL this season. It seems like every third and short, fourth and short, he's able to lower his shoulders, keep on pushing and driving with his legs, and shockingly, but not shocking if you've been watching Rams football, he slams it, bulldozes his way into the end zone. Absolutely fantastic job by him. And the other O-lineman, Higbee, Nakua, just holding on and pushing the pile there. But let's let it go a little bit more. And boom, refs say touchdown Rams. And again, just what an absolutely fantastic job by Kyren, as it wasn't blocked perfectly. Bo Limmer whiffed on getting to the linebacker, which would have been an easy walk-in touchdown. But Kyren saw it, bounced it to the outside, and just lowered his pad and said, nope, no one's going to stop me here, and gets in the end zone. So what an impactful play that was, as the Rams desperately needed points before halftime and got them there. On this third impactful play of the game, fourth quarter now, 6 minutes, 41 seconds left. Third and goal situation for the Rams offense here, as they are only up by 1 point, 10-9. And the Rams offense hasn't had the football much this entire game, as the Cardinals offense was playing good keep away, quote unquote, where burning time, having long drives that take up a lot of plays. But here the Rams are, once they get the ball back again, trying to punch it in and extend their lead with a touchdown, as they decide to pass the football here, and we'll start at the very top. So Cooper Kupp is going to have a whip out route. So what that is, he's going to be running like an in, and then he'll reverse pivot, and then he'll run back to the outside. He'll whip it back to the outside. That's where that name comes from. Demarcus Robinson will have a short drag or crossing route, whatever name you like for that. Williams, a running back, will help pass block for a second, and then he'll release as a check down to the outside, a little swing route. Tyler Higbee will have a little check pass block, and then he'll release and run a post. And Nakua, before the ball snap, he'll have a motion across to the opposite side of the field. And once he gets to his spot, he'll have a deeper out route, a little bit past the goal line there. And that's what the Rams are doing on this third down situation. Defensively, I believe the Arizona Cardinals are going to be running cover 6 match zone. So real quick, cover 6 is where one defender has deep on one half of the field, and then two defenders have deep on the other part of the field. So a little bit different than cover 3. Instead of like you're splitting the field up in 3 even parts, right? Left, right, center. It's more one half right, and then two people on the other half left covering that. All right. So cover 6, a name coming from half the field looking like cover 4, half the field looking like cover 2, and that's what you get. 4 plus 2 equals 6, cover 6. And why it's match zone, with, of course, everyone in the zone underneath, is that what makes it match is when a pass catcher enters the zone that you're guarding, you have to attack him and play it like it's man-to-man immediately. So it's not like you're guarding an area where defenders usually looking at the quarterback's eyes. You have to run with that offensive player. Now he's like, oh, he came into my area. Now he's my responsibility wherever he goes after that. Match zone, which is kind of like zone. Somebody comes in here, then it's man-to-man. And that's what the Arizona Cardinals are doing on this third down. So let's let it go a little bit, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so the ball snapped, and let's go let it go a little bit more. Okay, now you see right what I'm talking about. People entered the receivers entered a specific player's zone. So this linebacker said, oh, he went to my zone. I got to run with him wherever he goes now. Same thing with Tyler Higbee with that defensive back. Same thing with Cooper Kupp with him. Same thing with the safety playing deep there. But right here, as you could see, Nakua was running that deeper intermediate out route. And he totally trips and falls. And it screws up the timing of this pass as Matthew Stafford's immediately getting ready to launch this football and hopefully throw a touchdown to Nakua. But the problem is Nakua fell, and that totally allowed the Cardinals secondary member right there to totally know what's coming. He has the advantage now as Nakua is not running full speed. Gives that DB plenty of time to read and react on the football. And because of Nakua tripping on the turf, this pass gets swatted down, incomplete. And what a bummer, as there was a real possibility of that being a touchdown, as Nakua has caught tons of those deeper intermediate out routes for big first downs, big touchdowns. And this unfortunate that Nakua just totally tripped and fell and messed up the timing, and we'll let it go a little bit more. As you can see, the DB, once Nakua fell, he had no more true momentum, and the DB was able to read it, and he dives forward and gets the pass breakup, which is pretty lucky in itself, too. I mean, he easily could have missed getting his hand on the football, and Nakua would have likely caught that for a touchdown. Would have been a diving attempt, but he's made way crazier catches than this was going to be. But, again, Nakua stumbling, tripping on the turf, messed the timing up, which I think could have been a touchdown here, but no go. What an impactful play that was, as the turf monster got him and allowed the Cardinals to stay alive. But good play by the DB there, as he judged it perfectly after Nakua fell. On this fourth impactful play of the game, fourth quarter, 3 minutes and 15 seconds left in the entire ball game here. 4th and 10 situation for the Cardinals offense, as the Rams are up 13-9. And the Cardinals offense is in a do or die situation here. They got to get the first. They got to score a touchdown to have any chance of winning this ball game. And they decide to pass the football here. So we'll start at the very bottom. Marvin Harrison's going to have a deep streak go route. I mean, he does give a slight kind of shimmy shake head fake, like he's going to be running a deep out route, but he doesn't sell it very well there, and it ends up still being that streak go route. So like a fake double move, if that makes sense. The running back here is going to be pass blocking, help protect. Trey McBride, who's had a really good game thus far, is going to pass block real quick, and then he'll have a short kind of drag slantish looking route there. You're going to be getting a deep in dig route by this slot receiver, and then you're going to be getting the same here, even further out to the field, in dig route by the outside receiver there. And that's what the Cardinals are doing on this 4th and long situation. Defensively, the Rams are in their cheetah dime package. The cheetah meaning they have their fastest pass rushing unit possible, which is 3 outside linebackers versus Hoyt Young. Their 2 D tackles, Fisk and Kobe Turner. And the dime meaning that they have 6 DBs on the field. So you're going to have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then Cameron Curl is lined up at the line of scrimmage, as he is a very good blitzing defensive back. So they have him there. And that's how we end up with the cheetah dime. And out of this look, they're going to be running cover 1 man blitz. So man here, man there, man there. The 1 meaning 1 person responsible deep. That would be Cameron Kitchens, the rookie. And the blitz part of it is going to be Cameron Curl's going to go. And even the safety McCullough, the undrafted rookie, he's also going to blitz as he slowly creeps up before the ball is snapped. And not everyone is going to go at the line of scrimmage. As you can see, you're going to get Michael Hoyt's going to drop into coverage and behind. Byron Young is going to have zone underneath there. And then everyone else will be rushing the passer. So cover 1, man blitz. And again, everyone's lined up crazy at the line of scrimmage there. Just play mind games with the opposing offense. Like who's coming, who's going, is everyone going to blitz? And sometimes we'll give nerves to not only the lineman but the quarterback as well. And again, not everybody went, but that's part of the mind game. So cover 1 man blitz, and let's let this thing go here and see what the heck happens. Okay, pause it right there. So before the ball is snapped, or right when it's getting snapped, you see that's the safety come down as he's going to blitz, as he timed that pretty good. Wasn't full speed ahead like some DBs are able to pull off, but he was able to time that up and not give it away way before the ball is snapped. So let's let it go a little bit more. And boom, you see everyone drop to their zones. You see the people that were dedicated to blitzing the quarterback, and they get pressure immediately. You see McCullough get through. You see Jared Verse, the standout outside linebacker, get pressure, but he lets Kyler Murray get free to the outside as the pressure was solid, but he didn't contain him well enough. So Kyler is able to wrap around and get ahead to the outside and get a little bit free, but the pressure got there, right? So, but let's get it go a little bit more. So you see, cannot get there, and then Murray has time to say, all right, well, screw it. I got to chuck it deep. As you can see, he has the time, but the pressure got there, right? Murray says, I'm launching it to Marvin Harrison deep on that go route there. So he does that, and let's see what the heck happens. Throws it, but luckily Ahkello Witherspoon had fantastic coverage in that man-to-man situation. And also Cameron Kitchens, who was the one person responsible deep in that cover one-man blitz. He does a fantastic job of finding the ball and intercepting it on fourth down. And now I know many fans are like, why don't you swat it down? Why don't you, know where you're at and know the down and distance that, hey, if he would have swatted it down, they would have been at midfield or closer to midfield. Now when he intercepted, you're starting at the 5-3-4 yard line there and having to return it and hopefully get all that yardage back. But as most players, sometimes instincts take over. Got to get that football in most cases. And Cameron Kitchens did admit later that he did not know exactly where he was on the field, and he knew he just had to make a play on the football to save the conversion on fourth down from happening. So hard to blame him there, but the turnover, the stop is what's most important. And Rams played it beautifully. Pressure was decent enough. Got Murray to throw outside the pocket. Wasn't this amazing football, but Ahkello, Cameron Kitchens covered very well and stopped the Cardinals on this super impactful play late in the fourth quarter here. Great job by the Rams defense, doing enough to give their offense a chance to win the ball game late here. On this fifth and final impactful play of the game, fourth quarter, 42 seconds left in the ball game. First and goal situation for the Cardinals offense as the Rams are up 13-9. And after the big interception on the previous play went over, Rams offense got the ball back and just did absolutely nothing with it. 3 and out. Cardinals gave one last chance as they're driving. And here they are at the 5-yard line with plenty of time to score a game-winning touchdown. And on this play, they decide to pass the football, and we'll start at the bottom. So you'll be getting like a fade go route here with this wide receiver. So the fade route is more like get 1, 2, 3 steps in, full speed ahead, and then look for the ball to be thrown like a jump ball, be able to high point it and snag it in the air. So that's what he's running. McBride, who's had an awesome game this far catching the football, he'll have a quick little out route right at the goal line. You're going to be getting the running back staying home to help pass block. You'll be having here an in route deeper to the back of the end zone there by that slot receiver. And then Marvin Harrison is going to have a motion to the inside and then have a shorter in route right at the goal line there. And that's what the Cardinals are doing on this first and goal situation. Defensively, the Rams are in their traditional dime package, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 DBs and 1 traditional inside linebacker. But out of this look, you can see here the Rams are crowding the line of scrimmage yet again with many people to help confuse the opposing offensive line and quarterback. But out of this, they decide to run a very, very high risk, high reward cover 0 man blitz play here. So you're going to get man here, man there. You're going to get man here, and then everyone else you see pictured is going to be blitzing and rushing the quarterback. So you're going to get a blitz off the end here by him, a blitz off the end there, and then so forth and so forth. Everyone is going. 7 people to try to get Kyler Murray there. And again, cover 0, meaning that there's nobody covering deep behind. Cover 0, man blitz with 7 people rushing the quarterback. So the goal is Rams are hoping to get home here. Cause an incompletion, sack the quarterback, get a turnover, something. High risk, high reward here on this 1st and goal situation. So let's let it play out and see what the heck happens. And immediately, I'll pause it right here. You see everyone going. They're saying, our goal, get to Kyler Murray. So we'll let it go a little bit more. And right here, Murray says, uh-oh. The pressure's closing in pretty fast, and he decides to throw the out route to Trey McBride there, who has been catching passes nonstop the entire game. The Rams defense had done a very, very poor job of defending him the entire game up until this point. So Kyler Murray says, uh-oh, pressure's getting there. Well, I'm going to give him a chance to catch this football. Game-winning touchdown here on 1st and goal right at the goal line. But let's let it go a little bit more. McBride barely gets out of his route, and the ball hits McBride in the head. Completely insane chance that was going to happen. I mean, again, Murray got rushed by the defensive pass rush there, and McBride barely getting his head around. I mean, the pass was incredibly accurate. I mean, this should have been caught, should have been a touchdown. I'm not saying it would have been easy, but when you're getting hit flat out in the face mask in the head, I mean, that should be a catch, right? So, again, the rush made the pass go early. McBride was barely getting out of his break on the out route and hit him in the head. And as you can see right here, ball is in the air. Crazy. But what else happens right after it? Well, let's get it going a little bit more. Ball is hanging up there. And what do you know it? Akello Witherspoon sees it and makes one of the most impactful, important, game-changing, season-saving potential plays for this Rams defense the entire season. Sees the ball in the air, dives forward, secures the interception. Holy moly, what an insane, impactful play this was. And what a ballsy defensive call by defensive coordinator Chris Shula to send the 7-man blitz, play man everywhere else with no deep help. And the pressure did enough to force Murray to throw the ball early. McBride didn't see it. Ball up in the air. And Akello saves the day with an absolutely insane INT. Man, oh man, what an impactful play. And Rams really were going to lose this game if the Cardinals weren't being so greedy throwing the football in the situation, as they probably could have ran as they ran it really successfully the previous plays before this. But pressure got there. That high risk, high reward defensive play call worked out, and Akello saves the day by making an insane INT. But it doesn't happen if the rush doesn't get there, and of course Akello's going to make a play. But wow, Rams win the NFC West later that weekend. Crazy.